Good evening and welcome to tonight's show from DJNTV, Disc Jockey News TV. Tonight's show is brought to you by Electra Voice, DJ Event Planner, DJ Trivia, Odyssey Innovative Designs and Cases, NLFX Professional, Promo Only, and the DJNTV Insiders.
DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
It's time for Tuesday Night Live Chat with Brian S. Red and John Young. Okay. Hey. We are here. Da, da, da. Oh,
it was a fast 20 seconds.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I thought our intro was longer than that. But it's only like 8 seconds long.
Holy crap.
Yeah. What's
Hello, everybody.
The shortest one ever. Okay, hey, we are streaming live across the interweb. Thank you for being with us tonight. Yay! Everything looks like it's going. Okay, so tonight, the topic I wanted to hit tonight, Brian, is as we're getting into the wedding season, and it seems that there's two types of discussions I'm hearing when it comes to the wedding requests, music and such. You've got the clients that want to have a playlist that is not the standards, and it's this eclectic thing, and it probably includes unedited songs because they just want to have that feel. Then you've got the other side of, and that's really what I tend to focus on tonight, is the people who want that squeaky clean, family-friendly, no anything that's going to make grandma cringe type of show.
Right.
And we've talked about this numerous times, and kind of share your thoughts because when it comes to being the music police when it comes to an event.
Yeah, I don't like doing that. I don't like being the music cop. You can flip anything into inappropriate. There are people who feel that there's innuendo with YMCA by the Village People. There are those who feel like there's innuendo to the twist, or historically felt that way, and that's like the most innocent song that you can think of. It's just an activity song. It does the twist, but there was a time when that was somebody saw something naughty in that. At any rate, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So aside from an instrumental, it's really difficult to find something that no one's going to be offended by. So. Now, there are a few, though. There are some where it's like, how could you possibly find the negative or offensive thing in this song? And those are the ones I was kind of thinking about when we talked about doing this show.
So what we want you guys to do in the chat room tonight, and there's a lot of different chat rooms. If you are on one of the Facebook channels right now watching, I'm not following the chats because there's 6 different Facebook groups we're streaming into tonight. So go youtube.com/discjockeynews. That will bring you out and you'll find the live player where we're going to be doing, this is the chat room we're going to be monitoring. I want you guys to go and put some song titles in of songs that are clean, are family friendly, that would do that. Because I want to compile, I'm going to type this list up as we're going here tonight. And when we get done, I'm going to drop this into the description of the video. So that way everyone can go and have access to this list. And for some of you, it'll have no value, and for some people, it'll be like, hey, that's a pretty neat little list of some go-tos. So that's
I was thinking the same thing. It'd be great if we could get input from at least our folks on YouTube, if they could give us their squeaky clean picks.
As Stroking by Clarence Carter is just no.
Yeah. It's one of those oddballs that you could play and get away with for some reason for a while. And there's no reason you should have been able to get away with it, but you could. I don't know why. But you could.
Okay. Are you following the chat room there, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they're throwing them in there. We Are Family. That's Pointer Sisters. That's a perfect example of something that shouldn't upset anybody. I mean, it shouldn't reasonably upset anybody. Cha Cha Slide, all those line dance songs are like that too, you know.
And granted, there are a couple of the line dances that, you know, like was it last year, or the year before, when they were saying that there was another meaning behind the electric slide.
Oh, I don't know. I don't care.
I don't think anyone. I think it had like this little blip in the DJ industry only, and I don't think anyone else cared much or thought much about it.
Yeah, these are the kind of people who listen to records backwards and hear things like "I worship Satan." You know, they didn't say it. It's just they want to hear it, and you hear it.
Let's see. So continuing on, we got Celebration. Of course, Kool and the Gang is a kind of a standard that is everywhere. John mentions Elvis Presley. Now, this is actually Elvis. I've seen it both ways. Some people look at Elvis and his music, and some of it as being very, very, very clean, family friendly. But yet, when he first came out, there are people who still, you know, maybe not anymore, but the people who remember when Elvis came out, that he wasn't.
They were offended by the gyrating on Ed Sullivan and only shoot him above the waist and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
But
exactly,
we're aging ourselves because we remember that happened, or that people talked about it. And I was just, so as I was saying that, back to our people who our 50s and 60s generation are no longer with us on those dance floors like they used to be.
Yeah, they're gone. They went to go live on a farm somewhere.
Ice Baby.
it's about a shooting, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
or gangsters driving around in a car.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess, you know, like you asked me earlier, and I didn't really give a complete answer on it. I don't want to be the music police. I don't want to be the ethics or moral police at my events. If it's good enough for the FCC, it's good enough for me. You know, if you have a problem beyond that, please let me know what's going on. But having said that, just to use common sense.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there are things that maybe I shouldn't throw that one on.
And I think the next one on the list, Adrian mentions Baby Got Back, of course. And I think Adrian is mentioning it somewhat tongue-in-cheek, but that would be one that, yes, our top 40 station played it here. And I've actually heard it, some of the adult contemporary stations, it gets dropped late in the evening. But that would be one.
Well, there are edited versions of everything. I mean, if you can think of it, there's an edited version of it. I mean, pretty much. I mean, you get them all the time. It doesn't mean that, you know, the innuendo isn't there, or the intent of, you know, whatever it was supposed to be isn't there. And the kids know the lyrics if you got kids there and they're singing along anyway. So you got to be careful. I mean, there are songs like Moni Moni that should be quite innocent.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is. Yeah.
Right.
The Tommy James
But
one.
Because of the way people react to Moni Moni, it might not always be appropriate. And that's a them problem, not a me problem, but it becomes a me problem when it's a them problem.
Yeah, and that kind of around the horn type of way. I'm just typing them up. Go ahead, Brian, keep going down the list. And
well, okay, play that funky music. Some, you know, believe it or not, there are some people who might find that racist.
Oh, yeah.
You might not like that. Now, I'll tell you right now, when I was a little kid and I heard that song for the first time, I was a little offended. I thought to myself, why are they calling the white boy music funky? Of course, I didn't know what the word funky meant. They were celebrating the music the white boy was playing, and I didn't know that. But it kind of took me back. Mentioned Brick House. Okay. Brick House refers to brick shit house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is anyone really going to be offended by that? Probably not, but
it is what it is.
You could technically be, anything could offend anybody, I guess is what it comes down to. I don't know. Maybe Lionel Richie was a childhood bully of their grandfathers or something. I don't know. I mean, you never know what's going to upset people. Yeah, Your Love the Outfield. I mean, there's a lot of really cool, clean songs that you can play. But yeah, reasonably, I mean, anything that would reasonably be relatively unoffensive to most people, I think, is what we want to talk about today.
Mm-hmm. And you guys are making a great list here. I'm just typing them up as we go, and there's going to be a lot of them on there. Yeah,
my Ding-a-Ling Chuck Berry is probably not a great one to play. Neither is Whip Out My Big 10-Inch or Good Golly Miss Molly, quite frankly. If you had a choice between that and 7,000 other songs, which you do, maybe you should play one of those other 7,000 other songs.
David mentions, of course, to view inappropriate. For the type of events that I'm kind of envisioning us talking about here is the kind where you have either one side or both sides are very strong, have strong religious convictions, and they're going to find excessive songs excessively about, like, shots. I think you mentioned there, David.
Right.
That's probably going to be something that they can be like, really, is that something we want to be able to send that semi-positive message to our family and such? Or, yeah, using that as a litmus test. And I think there's going to be some songs that fit and some songs that
right.
won't.
Now, Venga Boys, We Like to Party actually made my list because I kind of made a little mental list today.
Yeah.
That's a song that I can't say how anybody could be offended by the Venga. I mean, it's like, let's say just don't like the Venga Boys.
Mm-hmm.
That song's relatively unoffensive. Everybody Dance Now, CNC Music Factory. Yeah, you could probably get away with it. There's stuff in there, but you'd really have to be a stickler to find it. Party Train, Gap Band, and Randy at Sound Obsession DJ says, keep it clean, but don't overthink it. And I think that's probably wise. It's really good advice. To go into a situation and, again, you don't want to be the moral police. You want to have a little bit of common sense, but you don't want to freak out over every little thing sometimes. If there's a problem to climb, I'll let you know. Hope it doesn't come to that. But yeah, Don't Stop Believing by Journey. There's nothing wrong with that song. Everybody's Back, Backstreet Boys. I don't know that there's anything wrong with that song. Sir Duke, Stevie Wonder, yeah, wrong with her. Might Be Careful with Love Potion number 9. That's about dosing people. Let's see some of the other ones down here.
So Don't Stop Believing is one that, of course, play at a variety. But there's the one line where it's cheap. Gosh, I can't remember. There's
something about wine and cheap perfume.
Yeah, exactly. Something to that effect. And of course, it could
be a smell of wine and cheap perfume.
Yeah. Some people may find. I don't. That's one that if you just overthink it, yeah. But that's such a commonplace and used everywhere.
Right. Yeah, you got to overthink that one. Uptown Funk was mentioned. Of course, some people are going to give it to Bruno Mars. Some people are going to give it to Mark Ronson. I don't care who you give it to. It doesn't matter. There's 17,000 different contributing artists and titles of songs today anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But, maybe not. I mean, Funk You Up is an old sequence song. Gonna funk you right on up, gonna funk you right on up. Play on words with fuck you up. But does anybody really catch that? Does anybody care? Is anyone really grabbing onto the innuendo, or are we overthinking this?
I think that's one of those where we could easily overthink it. Robin mentions You Shook Me All Night Long. What's your thoughts on that? With there's some of the lyrics in there, but yet it's such a standard.
Yeah, and that's funny how it works that way. I mean, we're used to it, so it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like classic rock stations get away with this stuff all the time. I've talked about this before. Pink Floyd Money clearly says, "Don't give me that do goody good bullshit," and nobody cares. It goes right past the censors.
Mm-hmm.
The Who Are You clearly says, "Wow, who the fuck are you?" and nobody cares. It's one of those songs. I mean, and I think "Damn" is about as strong as the language gets in that song. It's quite misogynist, but it's a standard. Yeah. Mambo number 5, Lou Bega. Yeah. Well, he's talking about having multiple partners. I don't know. I mean, Disney did it, right? I mean, Disney was okay with it. They played on Disney radio. Moni Moni, Tommy James. We talked about Moni Moni already. Pharrel Happy was the one that I was thinking on my list. I don't think there's anything about the song Happy, innuendo or otherwise, that anybody could have any objection to reasonably. Mm-hmm. I mean, who could possibly have an objection to that song for content? Everybody have fun tonight, Wang Chung. That's yeah. I mean, I haven't played it in years, but absolutely. No, Sir Duke does not say anything about skipping class and smoking cigarettes. That's I Wish by Stevie Wonder. It's a very different song. Sir Duke is about Duke Ellington, I believe. And I Wish is about thinking about when you were a nappy-headed little boy or whatever he says.
I was wondering how far we were going to get.
Looking back on when I was a nappy-headed little boy. Dun, 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 yeah. Talking about all the rotten stuff he did when he was a kid. That's what that song was about. And he's reminiscing about it. It's called I Wish. Yeah, Brown Eyed Girl is definitely a question mark. But again, it's the standard. I can't say anybody could reasonably be offended by that one unless they were just morons. But yeah, standard. What is it really about? It's kind of twisted. But I've had clients before in the past say, yeah, we want Brown Eyed Girl for our father-daughter dance. I'm like, are you sure? Yeah, I have brown eyes. Like, well, okay. Let's do that then. I'm not the police. Yeah, Some Kind of Wonderful is probably a really good one. B-52's Love Shack. I don't see a problem with that. Footloose. Yeah, perfect. Staying Alive, Bee Gees. I don't know about 24K Magic. If it's a clean edit of the song, it's probably fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely have that. There are some that are certainly not.
Yeah, and that's really what, I guess there's clean edits of everything.
David mentioned Pina Colada, and I think we talked about this on one of the shows, that Jack Johnson, who's the coffee shop singer, did a version of Pina Colada, and it became kind of a fun little song that people were requesting. That
Really?
That hipster. I mean, it would have been something that would have fit in your neighborhood so well.
The Rupert Holmes song.
Rupert Holmes. He redid it, and he actually did a wonderful job. If you get a chance to go out to iTunes or somewhere and listen to it, but that became something that was requested at a few events, and it's like, okay,
I remember being 7 or 8 years old and having a conversation with my neighbor who was also 7 or 8 years old, and the lyric "Pina Colada" to us sounded like being a coladas, and we were speculating what a coladas was. And we thought a coladas was someone who just gets drunk and is an idiot. So that's what we thought they were saying about. If you like getting drunk and being stupid and getting caught in the rain, I don't know. Went over our heads.
Still typing.
That is hilarious. Yeah, Pina Colada song, it's a fun little Escape or whatever. Escape, the Pina Colada song. Yeah, crazy little thing called Love. I think Chicken Fried has some questionable stuff in it, or some of that Zac Brown Band stuff does. Again, edited fine. Grease Medley, Grease Lightning is one that I would stay away from.
Yeah.
That one's kind of, the Chicks Will Cream for Grease Lightning. Is that squeaky clean to you? It's not to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're the one that I want.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
But like we talked about in previous shows, I mean, the Grease Mega Mix is
got
3
some
songs.
Issues. Yeah, and it has some issues with it, but yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Moves Like Jagger.
That's probably okay. Maroon 5.
I think so. I can't. Nothing.
Just talking about dancing around stupid like Mick Jagger. Not that I've investigated the lyrics of the song, but I've never heard anybody. Yeah, Head by Prince. Yeah, why don't we just play Sister while we're at it?
Yeah.
John's laughing. He knows that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dancing Queen is nice.
Yeah,
I would stay away from Brass Monkey. But again, I mean, clean versions, whatever. But if we're talking about squeaky clean here,
Brass Monkey might
squeaky
be
clean. All Night Long, Lionel Richie is a really good choice, Jessie. I like that one.
Yeah, multiple things in Grease Megamix.
So, well, in Grease Lightning, anyway.
Yeah, there's definitely.
Yeah, but I suppose you're right. There are things in the other songs too, but it's very tongue-in-cheek. Grease Lightning is in your face.
So while you guys are continuing to put some more songs in there, one thing
Proclaimers 500 Miles, I still really like that song.
One thing I find is interesting when we're talking music and Squeaky Clean, and if I'm talking to a couple about it, is how it seems that we hit top 40 or pop music from whatever 80s on up, and there's this ultra sensitive, okay, we got to be careful with it. But then when we talk about country music, basically as long as the F word isn't used in a song, they don't care what they could sing about, kissing my cousin and sleeping with my, my best friend.
Well, it's always getting drunk and beating the hell out of somebody, isn't it?
And no one cares.
Yeah, because it would be culturally insensitive to us to care, maybe. I don't know, to the country folk.
It's just an interesting kind of a dichotomy there that we don't want to be talking about alcohol. We're not going to, as an example, we don't want to be listening to shots because they're talking about alcohol. But then we can go and sing about there's a tear in my beer, which might be something.
Now, Come On, Eileen's damn near a folk song at this point.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of the brown-eyed girl of Ireland, if I'm thinking right about this.
Yeah, it's kind of that. I would put that as somewhat similar. Maybe not quite as
You've grown, so grown, now I may say more than ever. I think they're talking about her growing as in trimester. Growing. It's kind of the same thing as Brown Eyed Girl. Saw you just the other day, My How You Have Grown. It's the same thing. But nobody cares. Nobody knows that. Mm-hmm. But if they were, they could get offended if they wanted to. I don't know. I think really, just to be quite candid about it, the music is so vulgar now that I think if you play music with a little bit of innuendo in it, it's almost welcome. So, well, at least they didn't come out and say it, like the mumble rap guy did. Yeah, I got a feeling Black Eyed Peas, I don't see a thing wrong with that song.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice little song. I mean, I don't sit at home and listen to it, but yeah, Lone Star Amaze is a nice song, I think. Sweet Caroline, absolutely. Yeah. We're going to skip Turn Down for What? Because I don't know what he says.
Turn Down for What? If you take one part of it, again, you'd have to have the right crowd, but you could take that building and then turn down for it, and when it drops, it's like that much of the song, and that's actually pretty cool. But you have to have a younger crowd to really make that work. You can't the whole thing. I wouldn't think of playing. Well,
I don't know what the lyrical content of it is other than Turn Down for What. I have no idea.
Then that's pretty much all you need to know, as long as you.
Yeah. It's funny because there's like polka. Reggie says, we need more polka. There's some stuff in polka songs that's kind of raised to today's standards.
Yes.
There's a song I used to play all the time. It's called the Too Fat Polka.
Is that the one where I don't want her, you can have her?
I don't want her, you can have her, she's too fat for me.
Hey, kind of that, you see. Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually really sad.
She's a twosome. She's a foursome. If she'd lose some, I would like her more. So I don't want her. You can have her. She's too fat for me. By herself, she's a group. Yeah. Oh, it's terrible.
Oh man. And we know this song.
Can't Touch This. I don't remember what he was rapping about in there, but you're probably fine there. They do it in Disney films. Mm-hmm. September, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I don't think there's a problem with that. Beer Bill Polka. Probably not, but if somebody wanted to be an idiot about it, they could say alcohol's involved with beer barrel.
My preferred polka, if I'm going to be doing something like that, is the EIO, because then everyone can go EIO.
Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah. Oh, what is that called?
EIO polka, yeah.
No, it's not called EIO polka.
That's what it's
called.
No,
it's not. It's got a name.
Myron Florin. If you go there, it's the EIO.
I know Myron Florin, but the name of the song, it's not E-I-E-I-O.
Reggie, what is the name of
it's
that
like the
polka?
drill, the patrol or something like that. It's got a name.
Well, in 30
My
seconds.
favorite polka to play is Who Stole the Kishka. I like that one.
I don't know that one.
Someone stole the Kishka. Someone stole the Kishka. Someone call a cop. Yeah, it's this big thing. It's about someone stole the quiche from a butcher shop and they made a song about it. No, you're looking this up now? I'm telling you.
I'm not. We're waiting for Reggie. Reggie's going to give us the official answer. I mean, if there's anyone who should know polka, the name of the polka song, that it will. And I could go over to the CDs and do that, but I'm too busy typing because we've got more songs popping up here. Thank you guys for putting these on the chat. We're watching the chat on YouTube, on the Disc Jockey News YouTube channel, not on the DJNTV one, or any of the Facebook channels. If you are there, please go and youtube.com/discjockeynews. You'll find us, and that's where we're following the chat.
Reggie says you're right. I think you're both wrong, but
man, I feel like a woman. I'm thinking everything's fine in that.
It's girl power.
It's a girl power.
It's a girl power song. Cool in the Gang Celebration. Yeah. I don't know what they're singing about in Jump Around by House of Pain. No idea.
See, House of Pain, weren't they? They were big into. I mean, if I remember the video, isn't there's some marijuana references in the video?
I don't know.
I believe so.
But let's go crazy. Jessie Sanchez mentioned. Picked up the phone, dropped on the floor, heavy breathing is all I heard. I don't think that's probably.
Probably not so much. Yeah.
That squeaky clean. But having said that, I'm being a stickler on it.
Yeah, but I think that some of Prince's things might be a little on the risque side for that sensitive. We'll call it a sensitive.
Myron Florence did not write that. I don't know who did it, but it wasn't Myron Florence. He did it. But those guys did guys did a lot. He was the guy on Lawrence Welk, right?
He was doing covers of polka.
So we had Frankie Yankovic.
Mm-hmm.
He lived down the road, like 2 miles from me in Cudahy. Performed there. All the little halls that I do down in Cudahy once in a while, the owners of the hall are very proud to tell me that, Frankie Yankovic played here at one time. And when my grandparents had this hall, it was a polka hall.
Let's see. I think we have September already on the list.
Yeah, Let's Groove. Is a nice song though. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a lot of those songs. Although, like you say, although to a certain point, you really have to look for innuendo in some of the other songs. Wasn't there something about Rednecks, Cotton Eye Joe?
Yeah,
wasn't there something about that song a few years back? It was kind of weird.
Yeah, maybe I don't remember if there's something, but the whole thing is basically that if it wouldn't have been for that gal that in essence I think broke up the relationship or something, I believe.
Yeah, that's just digging into it. It was like his great nephew Al, not his brother Al.
Mm-hmm.
Frankie. No, I don't think the Yankovics are related. Maybe they are. I don't know.
Okay, so
I really like Miley Cyrus' "Party in the USA." It just sounds like a song about driving around. I don't think there's anything in that song that you have to worry about, is there?
No, I don't think so, because I played that at schools all over, and advisors were big into that one too. Tootsie Roll.
Don't know.
I would probably just because of the whole shaking of one's rump part.
Shaking of one's rump.
Shaking of one's rump. I'm trying to say. I'd probably pass on that one.
Yeah, people keep bringing up Conga, Miami Sound Machine. I'll have to agree with them on that. I don't think there's anything offensive about.
No, I don't think
Conga.
there is, but I don't think I've ever played that at a wedding.
You've never played Conga, Miami Sound Machine?
Well, I played it in the bar back when I used to do the bar, but I don't think I've ever played it at a wedding.
It works for how do they say it these days? Women of a certain age really enjoy it. Like I'll do that in a set where I'm doing things like Shania Twain and things, and then if I've got a crowd I really feel like they're going to go there, I'll go ahead and I'll whip out my my jam, which is Gloria by Laura Branigan. Goes there a little bit. No, that's the Gloria Estefan song I play. It's pretty cool. No, nothing by Two Live Crew, Reggie.
Yeah, no, that just missed the list just a little bit.
Yeah, old time rock and roll. I don't think there's anything offensive in there.
Yeah, we have that up on the list here, Waze.
Bob Seger is offended in old time rock and roll. He's very upset. He's very angry in that song. If it's not old, it's junk. And he sang that in 1978. Can you believe it? Everything was about old. It's like Bob Seger to me in his music just sounded like the most, I'll use one of your words, John, crotchety guys in his 30s I'd ever heard in my life.
Yes, he would have been about that.
Started humming a song from 1962. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I don't want any of this newfangled stuff.
Come on. Come with us. Come hither with us. He's very angry about music and old-time rock and roll. Won't even go to a disco. Won't even get out on the floor. In 10 minutes, he'll be late for the door. I'm avoiding all Michael Jackson. Berlin, Take My Breath Away is a very nice song. That's actually produced by... do you know who that's produced by the way?
No, I do not.
Off the top of your head?
No. If it is Huey Lewis?
Close.
Oh.
Georgia Moroder.
They were like high school buddies at different schools.
Do you know who that is?
No,
you know Georgia Moroder
I
is?
have no idea.
Oh, no, he's the guy who did all the Donna Summer stuff.
Ah, okay. That
and he produced the Top Gun soundtrack.
Okay.
He did that too, so. He just doesn't sound like anything Donna Summer did, but he produced it. He's good at what he does. Yeah, Done Under Minute Work. I think that's probably fine. Yeah, Enrique Iglesias, Hero. Yeah, we got Happy on the list. I think Happy's definitely on the list. John is just busy writing everything down.
No, there's a few that I'm missing. You know, I need a few more Nine Inch Nails songs, and it'll be great.
Yeah, Young Rascals, Good Lovin', Dion. I don't know, but Run Around Sue. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Still the one new by Orleans. Is that the one they're talking about? The Shania Twain one. I don't know. Rock Around the Clock. I'm sure that's fine.
For those wondering, we do have a YouTube has a sensor that is picking up some of the words, and I'm seeing some are being caught. But there's words that are being used in the chat, and they're being picked off by YouTube. And I'm the only one who can see what those are happening. So if you guys are typing something, it's best to not use the word or to use a letter. If you make reference that this word is in the song, do that, because if you put the whole word in there, YouTube is just bouncing it out and saying this person's post was held for. Actually, it says this post.
Because bots are so efficient that way.
They are. Okay, so I just want to get that. Saturday Night from Bay City Rollers. I was up there. Barry
White, my first, my last, my everything. I don't think there's anything offensive by Barry White. Dionne Warwick, that's what friends are for. Wow. I haven't played that song in so many years, man. Jeez, when was the last time I played that song? It was probably like 93 or something. I haven't played it in a long time. That used to be the song that you just played for the wedding party dance. Whether they asked for it or not, you just played it. How he says "Good Feeling" by Florida. Maybe, I don't know. Is it clean? I have no idea.
Yep. I think so.
Forever and ever, amen. Devil with the blue dress on. Somebody's gonna not like the devil word in there.
Yeah, especially if you're talking.
Songs with B words are not clean songs. I don't know what the letters always mean. I'm not sure what B is. There's a lot of bad words to start with B's. Like Brian.
Okay. Okay, we already had that one. For those wondering about the reference to Megaseg that they're talking about tonight, if you are part of the DJNTV Insider, you guys got to see a couple of the proposed T-shirts for Atlantic City. We're starting to run some designs past people on our DJNTV Insider area. So if you are an insider and you didn't see that, pop out there and check out a couple of our awesome designs that we're working on.
Let's dance Bowie. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Robin agrees. Brian is bad. It's the B word. And I don't know if anybody's ever picked up on it or not. My first two initials are BS. Gotta be something to that.
Something.
My father had a sense of humor. I'll be there for you. Yeah, that's a nice song.
So is just going to a couple of my standard plays. Is Fishing in the Dark, is that a more regional song, or is that more of a national song? For those of you in the chat room, is Fishing in the Dark something you guys play from Nitty Gritty Dirt Band? Up here, it's
I'll tell you, I've played it a few times, but I'll tell you it's a rural thing. It's very rural. Mm-hmm. You're not going to play in the city or in a populated area. Once you get out, it's hot. Mm-hmm. Because I think it's in a lot of like little tavern in the wood jukeboxes.
Oh, it's very, very, very strong.
Yeah, Joy to the World, Three Dog Night. That song always got me. I mean, imagine that song. I think was on the charts when I was born, and then I'm like trying to figure out what song lyrics are about or what songs are about, you know. And the song builds, and the first lyrics in the song are "Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine." Mm-hmm. Never understood a single word he said, but I drank his wine, or he always said somebody fine. Like, what in the hell is this guy talking about? Drunk bullfrogs who are friends. Yeah. I grew up in the age of progressive music. Mm-hmm. Or I was born into progressive music. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell an alligator lizard in the air is. I don't know.
It's got to be one of those weird weather anomalies, I'm guessing. Okay.
True Spandau
Ballet.
He's saying Spandau. He's on a first name basis with them. They're just Spandau.
Oh, well.
They're not Spandau Ballet.
Yeah, well,
Spandau.
Could be that. You know, it's kind of like Cher.
Kind of like Spandau. Well, I heard the Spandau Ballet was supposed to be the way people moved in the gas chamber in concentration camps during World War II. So that's kind of weird. But, I mean, that was kind of a thing.
For a moment, yeah.
You know, back in the late 70s, early 80s, you know, to have those weird names like, you know, New Order, for instance, or Joy Division. You know, Joy Division was supposed to be the government provided prostitutes for troops or for officers in the SS or something like that. So yeah, they did that kind of stuff back then. It was a thing. Finding these weirdo names. Yeah, Suavemente. Smooth. Boy, they keep bringing up Lionel Richie all night long.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had a few.
And they keep bringing up CNC Music Factory.
Yeah, we've had both those a couple of times now.
Yeah, they're running out of things to bring up.
So
Mr. Saxo beat, yeah.
Robin mentioned Pitbull. I wanted to go through and specifically now a couple of Pitbull songs that could be played. I don't remember which one Robin mentioned. Oh, shoot. I don't know if I can see.
I don't remember either.
Yeah.
Wasn't one I play.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, that's why I wanted to talk about it, is because it wasn't one of my common plays. Oh, I don't find it.
I do Fireball still a lot.
That's what I was wondering, is Fireball, because on one of our shows you guys talked about it, and I had never played it. And then I started playing it at events and even high school. And, of course, the kids know this way better than I would have imagined.
Go figure.
Yeah.
So it works.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, exactly.
I like doing Fireball. Timber does really well, too, but I don't like it. So I'd rather play Fireball, being selfish. Back in time, Robin mentions, I don't play it. I play Fireball. I still play Gaia Show. And the other one, Don't Stop the Party. I like that one by Pitbull. That one's fun. That one is a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite Pitbull song to play, is Don't Stop the Party. It's got a lot of energy.
All summer long was, weren't they drinking and smoking and...
Smoking funny things.
Yeah. Yeah, that one probably.
Yeah.
Not so.
But again, I mean, like we said earlier, common sense on this stuff, you know? If you don't want to offend anybody, just play instrumentals.
Yeah, all night long.
Play like Darude Sandstorm, followed up by Love Theme by Love Unlimited Orchestra. Followed up by Children by Robert Miles. Followed by Axel F Theme by Harold Flodermeyer. Followed by the Miami Vice Theme by Jan Hammer. Followed by Herbie Hancock's Rocket. Followed by The Sound of Philadelphia by Mother, Father, Sister, Brother.
And there's
we can keep going.
There's our first hour.
That's our first hour. No one said anything, so you can't be upset.
You're not offended. You're bored. You may be sleeping. You may be considering.
Now, DJs should be offended by the song Word Up. Chris Ingram mentions Word Up.
Yep.
DJs should be offended by that song.
I'm offended by pretty much every song.
All you super DJs that think you're fly, there's got to be a reason, and you know the reason why. Put on those airs and act all cool. You got to realize you're acting like fools. That's a burn on DJs. They were musicians. They were a band, and they were thinking DJs suck. You think you're so cool, but you're not. You're just a fool. Pop music by M. That's a fun one.
I'll have to get that.
Yeah, Hollywood Strings covering the Beatles. Hollywood Strings. And Vitamin Strings are the ones that I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like to.
Back in Time is the one Robin was talking about.
Yeah, yep, I jotted that one down.
Yeah, Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody. They've brought that up a couple times. Somebody mentions Chains of Love by Erasure, probably. Groove Line Heat Wave. Of course, anything.
We've talked about I'm a Believer.
Yeah, that's a nice song.
Yeah. In the past.
That's a really nice song. But and like somebody said earlier, the ABBA stuff is all, as long as they're not talking about breaking up or cheating, you're fine. But that's the early stuff, like Take a Chance on Me and Dancing Queen and all that. Once you get into, and who's gonna play The Winner Takes It All at a wedding anyway?
Unless they were into Mamma Mia and had that one moment where they wanted to.
Kung Fu Fighting. Here you go.
Yeah.
No, but you guys get the idea. And as our wise friend said earlier, you know, you overthink it, you're gonna just sit there and not play anything.
Oh, exactly.
Then you're a moral cop.
I mean, what were we 5 minutes into the show, and Randy basically, you know, if you overthink it, yeah, keep it clean, but don't overthink it. So basically, he gave us the closing to our show. 6 minutes.
There
in.
it is.
It's like, yeah.
But since we're here and it's early,
yeah, we'll just now we're gonna make a list of songs.
Chris Ingram brings up "Golden Years" by Bowie. I think he's talking about because he mentions it right after he mentions "Let's Dance." Have you ever played "Golden Years" by Bowie?
I have not. No.
It was in a really good movie called A Knight's Tale with what's his name who died? Heath Ledger.
Okay.
You ever see that movie? A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger?
No, I did not.
Do yourself a favor and watch that film. It's about medieval times, but it's to rock music. Like cool rock music is happening instead of, you know, and Golden Years turns up in that movie, and there's a dance to it and everything. I've never played that in an event, but it might be fun to try. It might be a lot of fun to try. Yeah, do yourself a favor and watch A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger, and then report back on it next week because I'm dying to hear what you got to say about it. It's a fun watch.
I'll have to see if it's on Netflix.
Oh, sure it is.
Well, it's
gotta be.
It'll be on one of the.
Fun movie. I think you'll enjoy it. And it'll give you some points of reference in pop culture, too, to where people are hearing some of these songs. I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah. I can't remember what all songs were in that movie, but yeah, We Will Rock You are in there, and Golden Years is in there. I think there's an AC/DC song in there somewhere. I don't remember, but it's an interesting film. Come and Get Your Love, Redbone is a nice song. I don't think you're offending anyone by playing that song. Funky Town Lips Incorporated. Yeah, I don't believe there's anything offensive in that either. Squeaky clean stuff.
We've got quite a list we've compiled so far this evening.
John's just busy typing things. And I'm just smelling the pot roast. It smells really good. I was like mounted before we logged on here. And I was still chewing a potato when he said, "Good evening, everyone." I'm like,
just don't choke on a potato.
Don't choke on the pot roast, Brian. Yeah, you know, it's so hard to be that moral cop at events. I tried to do it for a while. I'm just not doing it anymore. And the client's really got to take the lead on this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If the client doesn't want something or doesn't like something or finds something offensive, that's up to them to tell me what it is, because I am not going to dissect things any further than the FCC has. Not doing it. Yeah, Howie wants to know if anybody mentioned Huey Lewis.
Yeah, no.
Only John.
Yeah.
Only John.
Yeah. Well, you guys haven't seen the actual list that I've been typing. I just have, I have sports over here, 4 over here.
Well, let me ask you this, John. Since we're just kind of we're basically done here.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this: what's your favorite Huey Lewis song? You had to pick one. What's your favorite one?
Probably because I've seen him in concert. I would say "Bad Is Bad."
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. It's a cool song.
Yeah.
It's on sports. I remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Ever a single?
Yeah. I don't think it received That was, and probably the second one, again, because of seeing him so many times in concert, is Naturally. Would be, and then if it comes to having to play a song, I would probably Heart of Rock and Roll would be the if I want other people to.
Bad is Bad. Is that the one that says across the street a neon sign, all you can eat for $1.99?
Yep.
Our soul stew is the baddest in the land, but $1 worth is all I can stand. Yeah.
My kids can sing along to that song very, very well.
I bet they can.
Yeah, and not that I play it very often, but they have heard that song.
I remember something about there's a strange pair of shoes underneath the bed. Yeah, I remember that song. I remember it well. I had sports. Everybody had sports.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You know what I did not have back in those days?
What's that?
Of all things, I never owned a copy of Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA. I didn't like it. I
wasn't a big fan of that. I did not buy it until I had to for DJing. It was not in my personal collection.
I like Born to Run. I like Hungry Heart. I never really enjoyed anything. Glory Days is kind of like the Bob Seger thing. I just don't want to hear anybody reminiscing about the old days. It just bugs me in music. You should be moving forward.
You don't like old crotchety things.
But yeah, I didn't know that, but I think I had a copy of everything else they were issuing to kids back in 1983, 1984. I think I got sports for my 13th birthday.
Okay, so let's see if I can figure a way to tell us how many songs that we have. I'm going to have to open up a spreadsheet or something because it's not going to edit the description here. If Mr. YouTube is going to let me. I'm so limited on, I don't have any of my traditional software. I have no idea. I'm going to have to actually go manually count.
Oh, Robin mentioned Scenes, See Music Factory, Everybody Dance Now, which makes her what, number 30?
Yeah, it's been
there. Mention that song?
Okay, there. I just saved them into the comment or the description of the video. So, well, and there the lights just went out. For those of you who are wondering what the light was behind me, that was a light tree that was being powered by that little Ryobi battery. Last night behind me, I had the light tree, but I had it on white, basically all LEDs on full, and it lasted about 45 minutes on a 3 amp hour battery. Tonight, it went 2 hours and 7 minutes, and it was basically chasing between red, green, blue, and white. Red, green, blue, and white. Red, green. And it was doing a slow fade between and it lasted 2 hours and 7 minutes. So if you guys have seen my videos on that little Ryobi inverter, that was one of the tests, and I'll be compiling that video tomorrow. So we've got a list you're going to put in the description, huh? I just did. I just saved it there. So we now. Oh, it's there now. Yeah, I just did that. So if you guys, wait a second, did it not save? Feel free to add any songs that you would like in the comment section of this video. Yeah, there we've got a nice list. This is going for eternity. Yeah, we got a nice list. Nice list there. So yeah. Well, wonderful. Let's wrap things up. Let's see. Next week, I think we are good next week, and then I think we have there's some stuff that's going to be coming up. So there's going to be times this summer where there's different shows going on or what have you. So it's going to be a little chaotic throughout the summer. But I think next week we'll probably be regular, and then the week after we may have to do a Zoom event. But you guys just sign up with the DJNTV Insider area, and you'll be there, and then you'll get the links to what we're doing. So, Howie, I did laugh at your comment, by the way. I did think it was funny. I didn't ignore it. Grandpa told me about the good old days. Said no kid ever. Yeah, there you go. That's good. All right, everyone. Have yourself a wonderful evening, and we will catch you later. Good night, everybody.